Hey guys, Michael here from michaelstrelak.com. In this video, I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys have for me. I always like to give back to the community, and I think it's a great way to really interact by answering your questions. I posed a question to my Twitter followers, again at Blue42Richman, asking you if you had any questions you wanted me to answer in a video. Now, I received some replies on Twitter, as well as my email, therevivedone@gmail.com, and I picked out 5 that I wanted to talk about. Either they were predominantly a predominant question people asked, or they were ones that I thought really merited a response. So I picked 5 questions, and I'm going to go ahead and answer them now. The first one is Mac versus PC. I use a Mac. This is a MacBook Pro 15-inch. It is about 2 years old at this point, and I really like using it. I really love Mac OS X Snow Leopard. Again, that would be 10.6, not OS X. Just irritating. But I use it because I really love Expose. I really think that's a feature I use. I'm a big multitasker, so to be able to quickly have access to see all my open files is really great. Windows has tried to copy it, and I just don't really like exactly their implementation of it at this point. As well as the dock. I really like the way Apple implemented their dock. But I think above all, the thing I really like is the fact that I don't have to worry about security issues. I don't have to worry about updating my security definitions or downloading the new version of AVG. I don't have to do all that with a Mac. I can just use it and not have to worry. And I think peace of mind is a big reason why I use it. Now I guess the next question, question number 2, sort of ties into that. Am I a fanboy? Now I get a lot of comments calling me an Apple head, an iPhone lover, bias, all these things with comments. And I don't think that's really appropriate. I use the best option that I have, and I give you my unfiltered opinions because I think you deserve that for putting up with my content. So let's just give an example here. I have these headphones that I reviewed a while back. These are the Audio-Technica's ATH-ANC 7Bs. I love these headphones. They do a great job for what they are. They do a great job actively noise canceling things, and video or audio reproduction is quite good on them. That's not Bose and that's not Monster, but I don't have a problem with that. If I was biased, if I was a fanboy, you know, maybe I would never even give those headphones a chance because I love Monster so much. My Beats cannot be beaten regardless. I have no affiliations with these companies, so it doesn't even matter to me if one's better than the other. So to call me a fanboy is kind of silly. To say I'm biased or my videos are slanted, and I can guarantee you they're not. Just to favor one company or to get more stuff to check out and review is just totally irrelevant and just not even true. And it even is a little bit hurtful to people that question my integrity. Without integrity, videos are useless. Nobody cares about your opinion if you're biased. So that really hurts, and I just want to clear that up now that I am definitely not a fanboy of any company, Apple, Monster, whatever the case may be. In fact, I've never even used a Monster Beats by Dre product, so although my friend Andrea on YouTube does have like that, that's not to say I would never use them in the future, but I haven't used them up to this point. The next question, question number 3, is how do I prepare for my videos? Now I don't have a set routine for what I do. For instance, for this video, I just listed out the 5 questions, and I'm trying to give you my honest, unfiltered, unbiased, unthought out opinions. Or they are thought out, but I mean just not scripted. Now, I never write a script for my videos. I think that would be kind of boring and kind of lame, and just not worthy in time. Why would I want to spend all this time writing out everything? I'm pretty good at speaking, although one of my teachers is kind of bad at speaking and has been, you know, messing with my oration skills of late. But I'm pretty good at doing that and doing it on the fly. So what I like to do is outline what I'm going to say and sort of run through it in my head prior to the video. Again, I'm not writing sentences, just little topics and notes. So let's say I was reviewing a product. Let's say I was reviewing this remote here. I would put that, I would just put the remote as the title, and then underneath that I would put the price, just as a little dash price, return, dash plastic, return, dash buttons are pretty good, but sometimes the camera doesn't react to the buttons. So that's what I would basically do. That's just a very simplified version of it. But I think that knowing what you're going to say ahead of time really helps you out. It helps you with less ums, ah, oh, ah, blah, blah, blah. It helps you out with getting rid of that. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect. I still use some crutch words. But I think that just knowing what you're going to say is a benefit. Again, in other videos, however, some more simple videos, I like to freestyle, and I think it's a good idea to mix up that type of content, just to give your audience something new and something fresh. Question number 4 is, where do I get my gadgets from? Now, a lot of people call me rich or spoiled for everything I have, and I've been very grateful in my life so far. But to say that I go out and buy and waste all my money on new products all the time is just not true. I'm going to be honest with you, I get several products for review from the manufacturers, and I don't have to pay for them. And I review them as honestly as I can. Again, integrity is a huge thing to me. So I give you the best, most unfiltered, unbiased review that I possibly can. But sometimes I don't have to pay for the products. Is that a great thing about being a tech reviewer, that you get to use all these new gadgets? Yes. Is it sometimes a problem that I have such huge amounts of garbage just in my home because I haven't gone through everything? I have stuff that companies want me to check out, opinions that people want me to post. Of course. Is it really fun though to sometimes say, yeah, I've used all these things and this is the best thing? Of course. So for me, because of my great audience and because you guys are always interacting and commenting and rating, I've been very fortunate to have great connections with several manufacturers, allowing me to give you guys the best content. And just as a heads up, I like to emphasize this: if you're looking for a review of something, send me an email, therevivedone@gmail.com, or send me something on Twitter saying, hey Michael, this is a cool product, what do you think about it? If I don't have it and I can't get my hands on it, you know, maybe I'll send you a quick response saying, oh, I've read this, I think it's pretty cool. If I can get my hands on it, I'd love to do a review for you. Because without you, I'm nothing. Talking to a camera is kind of silly if nobody's watching on the other end. So I'm always there to please you, and your feedback is always critical in my search. Now the last question I want to answer is, how do you gain exposure on YouTube? Now if you go to technobuffalo.com/Michael, which is my TechnoBuffalo subblog, I have a little YouTube series on there on how to not start a YouTube channel. There's a lot of content out there with people telling you, do this, this, and this, and that's how I was successful on YouTube. Nobody can really tell you how to succeed on YouTube or how to gain exposure. The only way is for you to do it. Now there's some things I mentioned that you don't have to go out and buy everything, don't spam people about your content, but the best thing is, content is king. It's not quantity, it's not the brand new things, it's not even recording in HD, that's not what's going on here. If you can make nice quality videos, they can be VGA resolution, that's fine. They can be recorded on your webcam, that's fine. The only issue is, it has to be watchable. So it doesn't have to be crisp HD, but if there's no light and it's 2 frames a second, that's not watchable. So to gain exposure, you need to have adequate supplies or adequate equipment. Now, but the primary thing is content. Content is king, content is king, content is king. Now in that, you need to love what you're doing, otherwise you're not going to be able to continue to do it. Whether that be technology, whether that be cooking or sports or travel, whatever it is, if you don't love it, you're not going to succeed in it. And the content, I go back to it, I'm going to say it again, content is king, because the only way to gain exposure is to have great content. Just love what you're doing and try to capture that emotion on camera. Be yourself, don't be phony, and again, integrity is critical. So that's the best way to gain exposure on YouTube. You just remember, if you love doing it, it doesn't matter if 5 people or 500,000 people are watching. For me, if I can affect 100 people by my videos, and they learn more, or they are better informed about something, then I think I've accomplished it. But if I get 50,000 people to be impacted by something, or 700,000 people to be impacted by something I said, then that's always great too. So that's just, I guess, my viewer mailbag, my Q&A with you guys. Again, if you have more questions, I'd love to answer them. therevivedone@gmail.com or twitter.com/blue42richman. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.